On the eve of the U.S. deadline to withdraw U.S. troops from Afghanistan, does the tenuous situation there risk derailing President Biden's economic agenda? Let's bring in Harvard University's Arthur Brooks, AEI President Emeritus, there it is, a contributor for The Atlantic. All right, that's a head-scratcher. And the host of the podcast, The Art of Happiness, HAPPINESS, with Arthur Brooks. The Will Smith movie, they had a Y in it, I think. And I'm not really sure why it's not Y. Why isn't it Y? Arthur Brooks, thanks for joining us. You heard what I said. I guess you're at Harvard University. Because why stay at the AEI and just preach to people that really agree with you? You might as well go right into the den of the enemy, the permanent leisure class, the academics, really that probably, in large part, are due to you are living in the golden age of stupidity. Do you ever think? Wow, do you ever look around and say, "Wow, I'm one of them. I'm part of the problem"?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's. I'm sure that you say the same thing as being a member of the media. You know, the truth of the matter is that we all have a big responsibility to bring information to a lot of people. Yeah, well, you know, it's like we're talking to millions of people. In my case, I'm talking to the future leaders of the country, and we need all different points of view. And so, to the credit,
we don't have it, Arthur. We don't have it at universities anymore. You only have one point of view.
Well, I mean, I'm at the Harvard Kennedy School talking about a lot of things having to do with the free enterprise system and American intervention and leadership around the world, including military leadership, and I'm doing just fine. So, you know, don't lose hope, Joe. Don't lose hope.
Lost hope. You know, that after stupidity comes madness, and we're right there. And I don't, you know, social media doesn't help. What about the premise of our interview today, Arthur? What do you think that the Biden agenda, I don't even know, is it the Biden agenda, the Sanders agenda? What would you call this $5 trillion?
Well, it's basically what he promised when he was running against Donald Trump that he was going to do. But the interesting thing about it is it's just absolutely classic. You know, the domestic presidents come into office and immediately get derailed by the exigencies of foreign policy. The same thing has happened to president after president, because, you know, you can say I'm going to be a domestic president with all of these objectives. In the case of President Biden, he promised us to grab a ton of really progressive stuff that I wasn't really looking forward to, quite frankly. But the world's events intervened, as they tend to do in foreign policy. And the important thing to keep in mind is that if he doesn't pay attention to these events in foreign policy, it's going to become a much bigger problem. He needs to turn in my point of view, he needs to turn his focus entirely and start talking much more openly about what's going on in Afghanistan, which will kind of ironically give him more cover for his domestic agenda.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.